And here's your host, Osnita Norman.
It's a beautiful day in Michigan. Today it is 73 low, 77 high. So we still getting some summer weather or spring mixed with summer and fall, to make it the 70s. So we still get some good, nice sunshine outside. So it's sunshine, weather is good. Get out and enjoy the day. And of course, thank you for tuning in, listening, and watching Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyle. And I am Osnita, as Glenn said earlier. Of course, you can always call in 248-429-7224. And of course, you can watch us live on YouTube. We're live. We are also twitchtv.com, ventradio.net, which is the Vent Radio app you can download to your phone, laptop, or tablet. We're also on twitter.com and also Mixcloud. And on Mixcloud, we are under Vent Radio 313. So you can listen, watch later, listen later on all those platforms. So again, thank you for joining us today. And as you know, today's show is sponsored by Pure Essence Resale Boutique, where we capture the essence of your style. And then also Bean Joe Coffee. And that's coffee with the touch of soul. You can always put your coffee in your Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyle mug. And Glenn, where can they get the Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyle mug?
At streetnoisemerch.com.
Okay. And guess what? How are you today, Glenn?
I'm fine, Nita. How are you?
Why are you playing so much today?
I'm good, sweetheart.
Good. I'm glad you're good.
And you look really pretty today.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
That's your one compliment for the year.
For the whole year.
For the whole rest of this year.
I don't get no more compliments.
Not a one.
Well, I guess one is better than none. Let me put that on the wall. What's today, 9/18? Glenn told me I look nice. You know what, Glenn?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you realize, and I don't know if my viewers and listeners realize, know, whatever, but I have been doing my show from home for one whole year.
Congratulations. This is your 1-year anniversary.
Yes. And guess what? I've showed up every time I needed to show up.
You absolutely have.
And it was only one time that I really didn't feel like it. Just one.
That must be today.
No, it wasn't today. I don't remember which show it was, but it was titled "When You Don't Feel Like It."
Oh.
That was the show where when I told you, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the show. You was like, well, Nita, what's going on? What's wrong? Why? And I was like, because I just don't feel like it. And you were like, you don't feel like it? He's like, well, it's your show. You do what you want to do. But that's when you gave me the example of people, just because I don't feel like it, people are looking for me to show up.
That's right.
You compared it to entertainment. You said, if you pay a ticket, buy a ticket to go see an entertainer, show up to perform, you're not really concerned about whether that person is sick or not. You just want them to show up. And if they didn't show up, not because they had an emergency or, life things that they can't control, they just didn't feel like it, you would be disappointed.
Absolutely.
So when you put it to me like that, I was like,
well,
I get
because, you said entertainment, but you are a part of the entertainment industry. I mean,
Yes.
so you have to, you know, like they've been saying for 200 years, the show must go on.
Yeah, that is true.
That is the standard.
So I'm glad I listened and that I'm still here. And of course, today's topic is fall fashion. So we're just gonna highlight, some fall fashions that's popping for this year. Well, not this year, for fall 2021, I should say, because the year been here. But for fall 2021, the fashion, the styles, they kind of go in and out. So we'll go over that, as our topic and discuss some things that we might like and we might not like. So, Glenn, your week so far, well, it's the end of the week. Are you glad it's the end of the week?
Not really. They all just pretty much the same to me. All I know is I gotta work on these days. That's all I know.
You be working.
Right.
I
So
feel you. That's
Monday
how,
and,
like, most
Monday and
people.
Saturday almost mean the same thing to me.
You say what?
Monday and Saturday means just about the same thing to me.
Yeah, I get it. But, your Saturdays is always brighter because you get to show up with me.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm tired of this. You've been saying whatever for about the past 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to. That's just the word. That's your passing phrase, whatever, a word.
Yeah. That means I am non-combative.
You just going with the flow.
I'm just going with the flow.
Okay, that'll work. I can get with that. Well, I'm trying to think anything else I want to talk about before I get into my fashion fact, before I get into the show. Well, I don't know. My listeners and my viewers, they probably don't pay attention, but they might. I don't know. But today, of course, was my hair day, and I got in a little bit later than what I normally would from my appointment. And I typically don't like to wear something that I've already worn on the show. I try to have something fresh and new. But this morning when I got up, I got, dressed to go to the shop. And I got out late, so it was either I'd be extra late trying to find something else to put on or just roll with what I had on. So I just had to roll with what I had on today. But I don't know if y'all remember this, what do I have on? This little kimono?
Yeah, it looks like you're sitting a little lower today or something.
Really?
Yeah, that's nice.
No, I'm not sitting lower. Maybe it's
Yeah, you got the camera tilted.
maybe how I had the camera.
Oh,
Is that bad?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, yep, I didn't have it tilted. So, yeah, I typically don't like to repeat, but, I have to do what I have to do for today. So just in case you saw this before, you're seeing it again. But the most unique thing about this kimono I have on is that I made it myself.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
Did you make that for real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I made it for real. Seriously. Yeah.
Now on Wednesday night you'll have it for sale, won't you?
You know what, Glenn? It wasn't easy. Like, sewing you have to love it in order to produce things for other people. And I just do it when I think of something I want to make for myself.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like a passion, it's something I do. Now that sewing for me is a hobby. Like, that's just fun. So I'm not trying to make stuff for other people.
Yeah.
If it takes time, like this took time to sew the seams and all of that stuff.
Wow. That looks nice.
Thank you. So, fashion fact for today. My fashion fact for today that we're going to talk about is the Met Gala. Okay? I'm sure everyone has seen pictures floating across social media, the big hoopla over what people were wearing and all of this as it relates to fashion. So to me, I'm like, what is the Met Gala? Like there's so many different galas and award shows and nominee shows and all of these shows that we see, celebrities and entertainers frequent, but a lot of times we don't know, or I don't know the history behind them and what makes them so relevant. It's like being at New York Fashion Week is like a place to be, or being somewhere at Fashion Week in Paris or Milan is like those are the place to be. You see it and we entertain it, but a lot of times we don't know what's the background or how or why this event or award show or whatever is so relevant, or is a frequently talked about, frequently engaged by so many entertainers and celebrities. So, before I get into that, Glenn, I have to share.
Okay, and while you're sharing, maybe we'll run a clip from the Met Gala. How about that?
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Janae got them all. Back here on GMA, those were just some of the stars on the carpet last night for fashion's biggest night, and what a night it was for the Met.
Wow, eye candy everywhere. 2020's Met Gala, of course, was canceled. This year's moved to September, but no doubt so worth the wait. Our Janae Norman was right there on the beige carpet.
Fashion's biggest night making a big comeback.
I feel amazing.
The Met Gala returning after a delay from the pandemic with the star power coming out in full force.
I'm just here for the food, here for the vibrations. I'm here for all that.
The evening starting out with a bang, literally. The theme, celebrating American fashion. Inspo coming from everywhere.
American fashion really comes from so many places.
Like old Hollywood glamour.
It's literally the most beautiful dress I've ever seen.
To sports, Sierra wearing her husband Russell Wilson's jersey number and a pretty important piece of jewelry.
I'm rocking his Super Bowl ring, which is really cool. Oh my goodness.
For some, it was all in the details.
We got a watch.
Oh, wait a second.
I know, this watch kind of, it's pretty intergalactic.
Wait, let me see if that fits my wrist.
There was no shortage of glitz.
At least dozens and dozens. It took several strong, independent women to get all of these stones on my face.
But the highlight of my night?
And if the beat live, Lil Juke made it.
It is because we've been talking in the break. Time to talk fashion with the expert celebrity stylist Joe Z and Vogue.com editor Chioma Nadi. Wow. It is back. I know we were just saying wow in so many different ways.
Wow can mean
So that was some sights and sounds from the Met Gala.
Yeah, like I said, which is very, very it's the place to be. So let's see. Let's go back into the history of the Met Gala. Y'all know I do a little bit of research when I want to know. So it says the Met Gala, formerly called the Costume Institute Gala or Costume Institute Benefit or Met Ball. So it's had a few names. The Met Gala is an annual fundraising gala for the benefit of the Metropolitan Museum Arts Costume Institute in New York City. It marks the opening of the Costume Institute annual fashion exhibits. The Met Gala was established in 1948 by fashion publicist, her name was Eleanor Lambert, as a way to raise money for the newly found Costume Institute and mark the opening of its annual exhibit. The first gala was a dinner and tickets were $50 for each. For the first few decades of the existence of the gala, it was simply one of many annual benefits that were being held in New York for charitable institutions. As the years progressed, attendees of the early galas were almost entirely members of New York's high society or city's fashion industry, So from 1948 to 1971, the events were held at venues like the Waldorf Astoria, Central Park, and the Rainbow Room. So 1972, it was taken over. A lady by the name of Diana Bierlin. She became a consultant, and the gala began to evolve into a more glamorous affair. It says, although one that was still aimed at the societal set. So it was still for charity, but they just stepped it up a notch. The event became a little more celebrity oriented, with attendees like Elizabeth Taylor, Andy Warhol, Bianca Jagger, Diana Ross, Elton John, Liza Minnelli. Intermixing with the city's elite. So that's where the celebrities started frequently visiting the Met Gala in 1972. So that's why now it's you see more celebrities highlighted than the people who probably donate more money than what the celebrities do. Also, you don't just buy a ticket to the Met Gala. You actually have to be invited. So I asked, do people have to pay? It says, if you're determined to get a seat at the Met Gala, at any table at the Met Gala, expect to shell out some hard cash. If your ticket is not a part of an invite from a designer, then you can expect to pay around $35,000 for a ticket.
Damn. Well, I guess we better create the old gala.
The Fashion Flair Lifestyle Gala.
Yeah.
So it said, but even then, it's really hard to secure one of those tickets if you was not on the original guest list. So what happens is the committee of the Met Gala make a list of names of public figures that they think that should be invited. So basically, who's relevant at the time, like then, now, in between. It says the committee then distributes the list to various designers who have already purchased tables. So the designers purchase these tables and they say, okay, we're going to fill it up with somebody from this list. And it says suggesting these design houses dress the celebrities on the list. So if nobody is dressing you, or if you're not relevant, you probably won't be at the Met Gala. So it's really literally the who's who in entertainment. So guess how much the designers are paying for these tables?
How much?
If one ticket costs you $35,000, the designers are paying anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000 for a table. Celebrities.
Yeah.
Now,
think we better do the Fashion Flair Gala.
Now, it doesn't say if they have to pay out of pocket or do, possibly they could hold some type of charitable events where people are donating the funds to them for them to purchase the table. It doesn't say. But in order for any celebrity to be at the Met Gala, you got to be on a list and you got to be chosen. So you got to be popping to be chosen. You got to be relevant to be chosen.
And being relevant by their standards?
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So I'm not sure if everyone followed, who was there, but a lot of people were there.
Well, why don't we examine during the Fashion Flair Gala and everybody's relevant?
Glenn, I think that's a great idea. I would love to do that.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, we could talk about it. Even though, it's fashion, But like you said, the who's who of wherever you want to come from. It don't. Detroit is fine, but you don't have to be from Detroit. We might have somebody flying in.
Yeah, because the thing to me is that, and I don't really follow this event, but when I see it come across the news or across my desk, it really doesn't seem like a lot of the who's who in the fashion world support it. It looks like they go after entertainers more so than models and designers, and you know what I'm saying?
You have to think they go after the entertainers because, of course, they walk the red carpet. So you walk the red carpet. Oh my God, Astita, you look so beautiful. And who are you wearing tonight? The plug. I'm wearing Ralph Lauren, or I'm wearing Tom Ford, or I'm wearing Versace, or I'm wearing such and such. So that, of course, depending on that entertainer's following, what do people do? They buy based on what their favorite entertainer likes to wear. So,
well, hell,
that's pretty.
Lil Nas X gonna walk the red carpet and they gonna ask him, well, who are you wearing? He gonna say, no damn body.
I can't even get Lil Nas X none of my energy today.
Okay.
I just have to allow Lil Nas X to be Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
Because that's a whole nother.
Whoever that is.
That's a whole nother subject, topic, round table, to discuss what he's been currently trending on the internet for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so he's not trending on Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyle?
Not at all. Not at all. I saw it and I said, you know what? I don't want to entertain this. So that was my choice. And maybe it could come up a little bit later, but as of right now, not right now. And guess what he said? I'm not, since you brought him up, he was doing an interview and someone asked him something about how does he think the kids that follow him, look, what do he think about kids following and seeing the different things that he do? Guess what he said?
Fuck them kids.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well,
I think those were his exact words. But like I said, I didn't, read into it. But yeah, those were his exact words. And that's what it was. So
well,
I think it's, but again. So yes, the Met Gala. We can have a Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyle Gala.
Well, I listened to the clip that the Breakfast Club ran after.
Oh, okay. So you did listen to it.
Yeah, and I mean, to a degree, people need to raise their own kids. And Lil Nas X should not be able to influence those your kids based on how you're raising them. So to a certain degree, it was maybe a little strong how he put it, but that's what he was meaning, that I'm not here to raise your kids.
And remember years ago, the media gave Charles Barkley a hard time because he said, I'm not your child's role model. I'm not a role model. Yeah. You know what I mean? And to me, you're right. He's doing what he's doing for his own personal whatever. But sometimes a lot of parents don't talk to their children about fiction and reality, or certain things that people do that's something that he likes to do. But just because you see him doesn't mean you have to indulge or engage or do whatever it is that he do, if you think it's something that you wouldn't want to do, or a social circle you wouldn't want to be in. So you do have to teach your children fiction and reality. That's entertainment. They might do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you had that open communication and talking to them, and you know what they're watching and you know what they're listening to, you can shed some light on it.
Well, so that we, don't misquote Little Nas X. Let's hear from him.
Really, Glenn? You gonna just put them in there?
Oh God, what's up with you? Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe.
Oh wow! So this is somebody who posted something using Lil Nas X's name so they could play their terrible music. Let's see.
Yeah, you know.
Wake that ass up in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Good morning. Nice coat.
What's up, you guys?
Good morning, Montero.
Y'all look disappointed.
What?
Why? What you mean?
Y'all look disappointed.
No, we don't.
Especially
You're a little
Charlamagne.
underdressed, man. I am disappointed you're a little underdressed.
You got the Prada boots.
The tie is kind of
cool. Oh, you fly, though. You fly now that I look at it. Okay.
Yeah,
We can't even see you got the whole top of the boots. I see you got the tall ones.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, I
they
wear these
messing
all the time.
around
It's
now. Let's.
I feel like wait, what's the question here?
No, I was talking about the song. I was talking about the song "Sun Goes Down," right, and how you express yourself on that, and just things you went through as a child. Do you feel like sometimes those things do come back up, though?
They come back up, but I feel like I'm able to recognize them, and that makes things easier. You know, I'm able to say, okay, I can react to this differently now. You know, I also just remember, like, we all experience the same shit in different ways. Like, no matter how bad it may seem. And it's like just being okay with that. You know, it happens. It's life. We're going to have a lot of shit happen to us over and over. It's going to be a lot of bad parts, a lot of happy parts. And I'm here for it all. So, yeah.
I'm glad you went to therapy early. You know what I'm saying? You're at 22?
Yeah, I'm 22.
Yeah, you know, I didn't go till I was like 36. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm packing all those years of baggage. I love it. I go once a week. I absolutely go once a week still. I'm going for like 5, 6 years. I love it.
Good, man. I'll go back one day.
I don't understand why people are so mad about things that you do. Like, I just, you know.
Because people are just really easily angered at things that they already don't like. You know, it's kind of like how people cancel people that they already didn't like. You know, but they're never going to cancel like the artists that they love.
That's a fact. Right. That's right.
But you get a lot of love too because you've broken so many records and made so much. I just feel like it's weird, right? Because it's polarizing. Because at the time, the more love you get, it's also proportionately like the more hate you're gonna get too.
Absolutely. I guess I don't really see the hate as much, or I don't really pay attention to it as much. So I just see mostly love, I guess.
You feel the pressure to outdo everything you've done before? Like, I gotta outdo Old Town Road. I gotta outdo the VMAs. Like, do you always think like I have to outdo it?
I feel the pressure to always just make sure I'm doing my best on whatever I do. I know I'm gonna outdo shit like over and over, and that's just like not on some cocky. Not like feeling cocky, but just like knowing that, you know, that's how I feel like manifestation works in the first place. Like you got to believe that and feel it. So yeah.
Is there a time you plan to do something and then you change your mind?
Wow. Well, we have to cover Lil Nas X because I guess he is trending, but.
And I just look at it like everybody have their time, and if that's what works for him in his career, then that's what works for him in his career. I mean, who am I to judge?
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't even have anything to do with him, you know, being gay. That's not even, you know, he human. Everybody is different, so that's not even an issue. But like I said, some of the things, you know, it's how can I put it?
I mean, you know, I guess my thing is, are some of the things outrageous, in my opinion? Yes, they are. But at the same time, he's not the first to do it.
Right.
And he's just the first to do it of this era.
Yeah.
You know, but if you go all the way back to Little Richard, he was
Elton John.
Yeah, Elton John.
Very flamboyant. Liberace, very flamboyant.
Yeah, Madonna even.
Yes. You know what, too, though, Glenn? I think what's different now is everything is real time. You know, it's more of a shocker because it's real time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have any time to, you know, kind of like flow through the process, and then we see it. Everything now is like this. Think about a movie. You go to the theater, it didn't come out on VHS until what, 6 months to a year later, maybe longer.
Right. Right.
So everything now is like right now, just all in your face instantly. And it doesn't give you time to really process it. So you think about it. We live in like an apologetic society. I said everybody is always apologizing. But then I realized sometimes you can react in that moment because of when you see it and you don't have time to process.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, we in this time of instant gratification, if you will.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel several ways about it. I mean, on one hand, you got a poor black kid at the time, and now a young man who has figured out some kind of crazy, strange way to become financially free through what he does. So, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. But it's I never heard people talking about how terrible Kiss was with all their flamboyance and their antics on the stage. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
but like I said, it's real time. But exactly like you said, if you go back, the things that they're doing now is no different than what was going on back then. I mean, you think about Kiss, I remember them, but I didn't follow them as a group. But as I got older and I watched some things, or it's like, what? This is what this group about. I only liked because the makeup.
Well, I mean, but if you look back at it, I mean, even Ozzy Osbourne, I mean, he was pretty much, his image was that he was just a stoned out junkie. And the next thing you know, he was on primetime TV with his whole family. And
still a junkie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he couldn't even, and to see him when they did the Osbournes was like, oh my God, this is what drugs do to you.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about them is that how him and Sharon Osbourne met is that her father used to manage him. And her father sent her to go and pick up something from Ozzy. I don't know if it was rent or payment. It was, she went to go pick something up from him. Mm-hmm. And when she got to, I guess, his place of residence or wherever he was passed out.
Yeah.
And then, boom. But, it's, like I said, now it's real time. Homes are different. Communication is different. A lot of times the parents don't be ready for certain conversations where you got to have these upfront conversations with your children now because they see so much.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you got to try to get them before society get to them and how they change. Not change, but give them a certain way to look at certain things in their eyes. But at home, you got to kind of set the tone as best as you can.
Right.
Yeah. That's how I feel about it. But hey, if it's working for them, it's just what it is. Like you said, it is what it is because it's not me. Like you said, I don't agree with everything he's doing. I probably would choose to do things different. But again, guess what? I'm not him.
Absolutely. And
so
we have to get to a place where we just live and let live.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, your fashion pictures are ready. If you
they're ready.
Yes.
Okay, Glenn, go. Then these are some photos that I pulled from the internet just to give my viewers and my listeners an idea of who was at the Met Gala. I think it's probably about 5 or 6 pictures. And I'm sure you'll be able to recognize some of the celebrities.
Well, they are on the screen. In no certain order.
Nope. Oh, there go your girl.
That's my J-Lo.
There go your J-Lo. And then we got who? Iman. That was pretty. I like that. You have Chloe and Holly. I like them. They like good and bad girl. Sweet and bit. I don't know why, but this Kim Kardashian, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about.
Me either. I like Serena. She had a bodysuit on up under there that was bad. I like her duster. Feathers. That was Jennifer Hudson in the all red. Give me Aretha Franklin vibes right here. I cannot. Her name is Lupita. That's her name. Yeah, Lupita from Black Panther. She had on a denim dress, which I liked that. And then you had A$AP Rocky and Rihanna, and everybody said A$AP Rocky looked like a bowl of Crunch Berries. With his throw on, whatever that was, it is.
I tell you what, J-Lo is killing these young girls.
Yeah, Glenn, she killing us.
She killing these young girls.
Between her and Mary J, they killing us. They killing us. But you know, like I said, in preparing for the Met Gala, they create themes. So this theme was America. So I guess anything that would inspired American living, you know, that's what the fashions were. But then you had Kobe Bryant and Vanessa Bryant's daughter was there. She couldn't sit down because of her dress. It was really nice. Like I said, I didn't look up to see who the designers were, but just more so to show you what the Met Gala is and some of the looks that, you know, ran across the red carpet. It intrigued me. I was wondering, like, what's that? So with the Costume Institute, it says the Costume Institute's collection of more than 33,000 objects represents 7 centuries of fashionable dress and accessories for men, women, and children from the 15th century to present. So I would assume that certain outfits that the celebrities wore, I don't know how they choose or how they pick the ones to put in to the institute for people to view. But it is called the Costume Institute, which is in New York. Right. So that's my information on the Met Gala. So I hope you found that quite interesting, because I did. Well, you found it interesting. That's the wrong song or the wrong, what is it?
The wrong sound bite.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. You got to tell song. What is it? A noise sound bite. Okay, I got it. New word in my vocabulary.
Yes.
Sound bite.
Sound bite.
Okay, so before I get off into my topic and we talk about fall fashion, let's go to some good news that's very interesting. Did you know that Dapper Dan will be the first Black designer to receive Council of Fashion Designer of America's Lifetime Achievement Award?
Now that's big news.
And listen to this. Let me just read a little bit of this. It says, Dapper Dan, whose fashion trend became synonymous with the world of hip-hop, sports, and entertainment, is being honored with the Council of Fashion Designers Award, Lifetime Achievement Award. With this distinction, Dan becomes the first designer to receive this honor without ever having a solo fashion show.
Wow.
And he's also the first Black designer to receive this award.
That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Simply knowing that he achieved this literally off his talent, his gift.
Yeah. And then he achieved it without being a part of the mainstream, because they they really didn't take kindly to Dapper Dan in the beginning, because
Well, they ran him out of New York.
yeah, well, and then he allegedly was using their patterns and stuff to make his fashion, but they looked at it and they said, well, we can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, and they joined him.
Yeah.
But like I said, a lot of these articles I might receive in an email, or when I'm on Facebook, I read the news articles to see what's going on. So shout out and congratulations to Dapper Dan on receiving this Lifetime Achievement Award. Literally, like you said, his gifts, his talents, and just being true to himself, what he got to offer, and never giving up.
Well, have you been watching that? It's been bubbling under. I don't want to say trending right now, but it's definitely bubbling under concerning men starting to look to and look for natural women that keep themselves natural. That is supposed to be the new trend that's going to be trending out here in society.
Wait a minute, Glenn. You really?
Yes.
So you saying I might be trending?
Yeah.
Like, I guess so. Then my next question would be, what's considered natural?
Well, the term that I heard used last night when I was listening to the radio on the way home, the term that they used was little to no makeup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Little to no makeup, and that's what men want, and that's what they're going to start to gravitate to. Now, let's see how that works out.
Let's see how that works out, because
they done sold a lot of ostrich eyelashes.
You a man, right? So, and I'm a woman. And we both know that some women need enhancements a little. But then you have some that go overboard with the enhancement.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, that's why they use the term little
to know.
To know. Yeah,
little
makeup
to no makeup. It's supposed to enhance your beauty, not change your beauty. Just enhance. But everybody is not born with appetizing looks.
Well, but depending on who's doing the looking.
Depending on who's doing the looking, but a lot of women sometimes are not secure with their natural selves from the beginning. Well, so then they go.
But I think, Nita, that's the point. We have to learn to be comfortable in our own skin. I think.
But how do you learn that when, just say for instance, you've been teased or mistreated based on how you look, and it really damaged you as a person?
Well, I get that and I understand that. But underneath all that stuff is still that person.
Mm-hmm.
So I just in my humble opinion, we have to start to love ourselves and figure it out. It's kind of like there's always going to be bullies. There's always going to be ignorant people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're a part of the society as well. And hurt people like to hurt other people. So you just have to get your skin tough enough to where you're secure in yourself.
Right.
And that can't happen to you.
And that's funny you brought that up, because one of my Facebook friends, she posted, she was like, like she's able to embrace her nose and her lips. And she said, you know, growing up, she said, now I realize I have the perfect nose because I see people paying to have a nose like mine.
Yeah.
And then she also realized that I do have nice lips, she said, because for so long, you know, growing up, she said my lips were considered to be big or fit for size, whatever you want to call them. And she said people used to call her super cooler. You know, if you had lips, big lips, people teased you. And she said, but now, of course, I'm grown and they fit my face more. She said, but people are paying to have their lips look like mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I could understand and agree with her because I was teased like that. You know, kids are just cruel. You just grow up thinking your head this big, your nose this big, and your lips that big. And your eyes.
And now you got folks trying to pay to have their lips and nose a certain size. It's called Botox.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, you have to, you know, it's like fashion is one thing, but beauty is another.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can be around here trying to chase in behind what somebody else's ideal of beautiful is and mess around and cut your nose off or something.
Exactly. A great example would be Little Kim.
There you go.
Lil Kim was, to me, when she first entered, you know, came on the main, she was beautiful.
Mm-hmm. But she didn't think so.
And to see her now, it's like, what was missing? Like, what was missing?
Well, I know what's missing now.
Everything.
Every damn thing.
Everything. She looks totally different.
Yep.
But, you know, that's something she got to look in the mirror at every day. I'm glad I don't, because I probably would be crying. But then she might like the way she looked.
Well,
I thought she was beautiful before.
One thing people need to realize about looks, they change over time.
Yeah.
On their own.
They say beauty is only skin deep.
Yeah. But, you know, my question is, what do these people think is going to happen as they age? And they've done this work.
Yes. You know what? Me and my friends had this conversation. And I'm 46, right?
You ain't got no friends, neither.
I do. my friends. I do have some friends. But of course, we were talking about age and getting older and different things that come with getting older, as far as how your body, everything change about you. So these younger girls at 15, 16, they're not looking like we was looking at 15, 16.
No, they're looking at 25.
Us getting together at 15, 16 was getting a ponytail with some spray color in it. You know, you putting on a nice little lip gloss, your nails and stuff done. That was getting cute for us. We wasn't. Now the 15, 16, 17, 18, 20-some year olds, they have a full face of makeup.
Yeah.
Almost out of 7 days, I want to say 5.
Yeah.
They hair, they got to have inches. You know, we got to have the inches. The face got to be beat. And little do they know, that only lasts for so long. So if you can't embrace your natural state at 15, 16, and in your 20s, like you said, what are you going to do when you turn 40?
Yeah.
What are you going to do when you start having children and your body change?
Yeah.
You know, God forbid if you get sick and something change. What are they going to do?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can embrace getting older because I know how I felt about myself when I was younger. I still feel the same way. But guess what? Now, where I didn't have to have no hair dye, I might have to get these little grays covered up.
Mm-hmm.
But that make me feel good. Ain't nothing but a little color. They getting a whole.
Yeah, I think that, you know, me and a buddy of mine were talking on the phone the other night, and, you know, the question that men have now is are these ladies trying to beautify themselves for each other, or are they trying to beautify themselves for men? Because it's hard to tell, because everybody's looking and doing the same thing. So it looks more like a competition between the women.
Right. And then think about it, Glenn. When I was a little younger and my mother was of course older, they were a different type of mothers then.
I feel you.
At my age, I'm 46, right? So imagine I got a daughter that's 26. I can have a daughter that's 26 and 20 years apart. Guess what? We doing the same thing in some households.
Yeah.
My mama, I'm acting like my 26-year-old. I'm hanging with my 26-year-old and her friends. Well, when our parents was 46, they didn't hang out with us like that.
No.
And even if they did have certain things going on in the household, you wasn't a part of it. And you knew you wasn't supposed to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Now it's everybody doing the same thing. So it's no balance.
Yeah.
So if I'm trying to tell my 26-year-old not to, be out there sleeping with a whole lot of men, but I got 3 and 4 different men coming in and out, guess what she gonna tell me? You can't tell me nothing because such and such be over here. You be getting money from such and such, and you and such. No respect, no balance.
No balance.
Yeah. Where if my mom told me, hey, Nita, you need to be careful out there being in the street with these men or, with your friends, everybody don't have. I probably could take a different, not listen, but listen. Because she's going to, her presence or her example is going to make me be like, dang, maybe she's right. It might make me think a little bit.
Well, we're going to see in these coming months. But that's what's supposed to be what's bubbling under the natural beauty.
You might see me on the billboard trending like.
Well, they say that's, I don't know who they is when I use the term they say, but it was a very interesting broadcast that I was listening to on the way in last night, and it was primarily men chiming in, and I guess about 90% of the men that spoke were saying that they're just really tired of looking at these these women that's just doing all this extra stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and when you think about it, like us women think that men like, they do like it. Yeah. But at the same time, if they like you for whatever specific reason they like you, that's what they like you for.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
You all right to take to the Dewdrop Inn. I'm not taking you to the house.
No, you all right to showboat with my homeboys, I got this little honey on the side. But you're not good enough to go to this gala with me and dress up and, look like something. Well, but you good, like you say, to floss around, show off.
Well, let's keep our eyes out and see what happens with this thing, because it's gonna be interesting to see, because what are these women gonna do with all these little dresses that they bought? Let's see. They done bought a whole lot of eyelashes and stuff, so we got to see what's gonna happen with this.
Yeah, they got eyelashes, hair, the nails. Like I said, I like to be cute, trendy, fashionable, all of that kind of stuff, but that's just not me. And I was raised different, so I don't get it. Like sometimes you have some women, I can't go out the house if I don't have this or I don't look like that. I'm like, girl, a guy talk to you if he think you look cute. I got on a dang on mask the other day, and the garbage man, you are so beautiful. I said, in a mask? He was like, no, I saw you when you took it off when you was walking. Really? You in a garbage truck? I'm not paying no attention.
Well, because it's really true that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That is
Yeah.
very, very, very true.
Yeah. Like, some people will think, oh, you know how they go, especially with women, dark skin, light skin, you get it, but it all depends on what you like.
Yeah, because I've met women that I thought were gorgeous, but when they opened their mouth, they wasn't so pretty no more because they, what was coming out of their mouths. So
Yeah.
it just depends.
Yes, it all depends. But I tell you one thing, I hope I still be trending and looking good when I turn next in 6 months. So maybe if natural beauty is still trending, I might be on the billboard somewhere.
Well,
Okay?
I want us to keep our eye out on this because I want to see if it's actually going to trend. You know what I mean? It's like you see how these girls, like say with the Instagram models, they got on there and they start trending and it turned into a big thing. So I want to see if the natural beauty is going to be as big of a trend.
Okay, we'll keep, as my friend Denise say, I'll keep my ears to the street on that one.
Okay.
So back to my topic. Of course, we talk fall fashion, and as we know, you guys, winter, spring, and fall. Winter, spring, fall. Winter, spring, fall, summer, whatever order you want to put it in. But for fall, most people typically like the fall because you get to layer more, you get to have more of a personality with your when you dress. Summertime, it's almost like you want to take everything off. Fall and winter, you do your coat, your hat, your scarves, your gloves, your boots. There's so many different accessories that, creates your style. So what I'm going to do this week is go over the trending fashions for fall 2021. And then next week when I come on, then I'll I might model some, but of course I have some of those styles available that Pure Essence may have for you. So this is according to Vogue magazine on what the fall fashions are. So sweaters are always what you wear when it's cold, right? But it says try a sweater that makes you smile. So when you think of a sweater, I'm not talking just your regular cardigan or your regular pullover. I'm talking sweaters with colors, sweaters that you can layer. So if you do have a cardigan, you can put a nice shirt, turtleneck underneath to bring a little pop to it. And then you have, they call it bloom after dark. So most of the time you think floral is for spring, summer. No, you have your florals that they're mixing more so putting on black. So you have like your black with the red, which like would be black at the bottom, red roses, maybe green flowers, things of those. They'll mix the darker colors on the darker tones, but floral is in for the fall. Let's see what else. Pantsuits. It's very rare that you see women in matching pantsuits. That's trending as well. I looked at some runway shows. Pantsuits are. I call them boyfriend pantsuits from like back in the 90s when the girls were wearing matchy. We was matchy, the vest, the blazer, all one color. So those are back with the pantsuits. I'm not a big pantsuit person. Y'all want to know why? I have no hips, no waist, and it's hard for me to find the proper fit for my shape and my size. So I typically mix and match my pantsuit. It won't be matchy. But matchy is in. Let's see. Loungewear. Not pajamas. There is a difference. Loungewear is where you lounge, but you can also wear it out. Yoga pants with a cute top to go to it. Those are in. And it looks like everything is going on matchy match. I'm not a real matchy match person, but if that works for you, match. But I don't want to match like that. So they have like the floral bodysuits, and then you have the floral leggings. But it's all the same pattern. So that's you see it with, like I said, some of the high end designers. You have Burberry; they're doing a matchy match with the plaid. Their style hasn't really changed. Leather jackets. I don't know if y'all wear leather jackets. I do. I have several of them. But those are in. I like to put my leather jacket with scarves, hat. So I know I'm wearing a leather jacket next week. What else? It says channel your inner dua. Okay, it says hot girl summer is evolving into pop star fall, and no one does it better than Dua Lipa. Her 90s tinge looks evokes a sexy, sophisticated mood, which she has on Stella McCartney and Victoria Beckham, and are ready to dress in bright colors and minis. So micro mini dresses and skirts are trending. Would I wear a mini skirt? I would. Would I wear, what do you call it? Like those short dresses? I would. Simply because my legs are a better asset than my waist and behind. So I like to bring attention to what works for me. But if I'm looking for some attention from behind, or, I don't have all that. But, it is what it is. I know that, and I'm okay with it. Embracing my beauty. Stripes. Stripes are in. So you can bring out your stripes. Dresses, turtlenecks, whatever. Supersized jackets. So, the baggy. I'm too old for that. I need to look sophisticated and cute. But although I did buy this oversized plaid shirt from this store, and it's really cute. And I was thinking about putting that on with some nice boots and maybe roll my pants. Yeah, I'm gonna do an oversized, not jacket but shirt. And last but not least, you can just get weird with it. And when you say get weird with it, like, what is that? It's like totally dressing, totally look like a thing of the past. You got prints, you got upcycle patchworks, graphics, and all of that is making a comeback. So again, like I always say, you can love fashion, but you gotta have style. So when you create your own style, you just put on whatever makes you happy. And that was my fall topic. I'm sorry, that was my topic about fall fashion for 2021. So go into your closet, look and see if you have any of those items. You may not have to go out and purchase them. You may have some in the closet. You may have some stored in your basement. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Create your style. Be a conversation. When I say be a conversation, when you walk in a room, you don't have to speak. That's when something you have on, jacket, pants, shirt, skirt, purse, hairstyle, it speaks for you. Because people will be wondering, like, dang, who is that? Oh, I wonder where she get that purse from. They talking to you, but you ain't talking to them. So create those conversation outfits, or have a conversation piece that speaks before you have to speak. So that was my fall fashion for today. Thank you for that beautiful soundbite. So that was the fall fashion for ladies. So I do have to get my men in here as well. So Glenn, we'll have some fall fashions for you next week as well. But like I said, I'll folks business that to you so you can see how to mix and match. I may not have everything but I'm going to go into my inventory and pull some things. So that way you even get an idea of, you know, something at your local Salvation Army or Pure Essence Resale Boutique may have that you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on, but you still would be trending. Exactly. So we've covered, this is the last thing, and I know I'm going over my time. Glenn.
Yes.
Do you watch Versus?
I do occasionally watch it.
Okay. So do you know that the new trending persons that they want to do a Versus is JD, Jermaine Dupri, and Sean and Puff Daddy?
Mm-hmm.
So Jermaine Dupri says that Puff called him out on another Versus a while ago, but I don't remember that one. So Fat Joe and Ja Rule did a Versus the other day.
Right.
It was okay. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like Dipset and the Lox though, but it was entertaining.
Yeah.
So Jermaine Dupri, he hyped. So he says, Puff, let's do a battle. You know, I don't know if he verbally said it or if he typed it in some comments or somewhere. But anyway, Jermaine Dupri want to do a battle with Puff. He calls it out. Puff tells him, your arms are too short to box with God.
Mm-hmm.
He said the only person I would get in the ring with to do a Versus would be Dr. Dre.
Mm-hmm.
Jermaine Dupri like, my arms too short. Like, do you know have you checked my catalog? So Fat Joe was on a live last night. It was him, Swiss Beats, and then they brought Snoop in. So, you know, they was just talking. So Jermaine Dupri pops in on the live, and then guess who else pops in on the live?
Puffy.
P. Diddy. Yes. Glenn, when I tell you that was the most entertaining live that I had seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So Puff like, I don't want to battle you. I want Dr. Dre. So Jermaine Dupri like, sign the paper. So, but but what I loved about it is that they get to do things that the older entertainers didn't get a chance to do. You know, like I say, real time.
Mm-hmm.
So they, you know, he like Puff, before it started, he's like, you know, that's my brother. We love, it's all love, blah, blah, blah. So Puff started, he was like, hey, he's like, you want to do this now? He was like, oh, I can go in my house. I got 3 studios in my house. He goes in his house, start playing some, you know, some hits that he done did.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Jermaine Dupri would not play a song?
Well, I mean, the thing of it is this, you know, music is looked at in a lot of different ways. You know, just like Puffy feels like JD and his music catalog can't compete with his, and I understand why. But I also feel that Puffy's catalog cannot compete with Dr. Dre's.
I agree. Well, Snoop shut that down. He said, I can tell y'all now, Dre not interested in doing that. He's like, he's not going to do it. He's like, I know how he is. He said, if he do it, everything got to be on his terms, you know, how he wanted, not, but, you know, somebody else running the platform. So you can't call the shots like you would want to. But it was just funny. But do I think that would be a good, like, back and forth? I definitely do.
Well, I get it, and I understand it, because now the music is interwoven with television, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing of it is, you know, it just depends on what you like. You know, I mean, I've never thought that Puffy was a great producer. Don't get me wrong now. I think Puffy has a hell of an ear for music.
Right.
But I don't think that he's a great producer. you know, if you really take a close look at the work, well, Mary J. Blige didn't actually start to blow up until she separated from them.
Yeah, and that's some of the things Jermaine Dupri was saying. He said, like, if me and Puff battle, he said, you have to you share songs that you actually wrote or produced or whatever you really had a hand in. Yeah. He said, so a lot of things that people think that he produced or he wrote or he touched, he actually didn't. Yeah. He said a lot of times people gave him credit for things that on paper he didn't do.
Absolutely.
Or, however, he said, so I'm not trying to discredit him. He said, but I know I got some hits.
Well, yeah, because, you know, it's, you know, the thing of, there are different, what the music industry doesn't display to young people today is that there are different types of producers. You know, right. When I'm in the studio, my greatest asset is vocals.
Okay.
That's my greatest asset. So Quincy Jones is also a producer, but guess what? He does most of his work with facilitating the production because, you know, due to his he had brain surgery years ago.
Yeah.
So he had to stop playing. So there's different types of producers, and I don't want to say that Puffy's not a producer because he is. Because you have to look at the definition of the word producer.
Right. And then also scale it down to what is it for other people? Is it just for you? Is it what you know, so I get the different aspects of it. But
you also could be a producer because you're sitting in the studio and you're just coaching the project along and you're adding to the project from a mental standpoint.
Oh, I'm about to start coming to Street Noise then. I'm getting my name on there. I'm gonna be like, yeah, Luce, that's it.
But just, you know, just like Puffy feels like Jermaine Dupri is not on his level, you know, one could argue very strongly that Puffy's not on the level of Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
And if you look at Dr. Dre's work, well, most of Puffy's big records are great big giant samples.
Jermaine Dupri brought that up too.
So you know what I'm saying? Where Dr. Dre would step outside of the box and bring the dramatics in to do vocals on his records. He would bring bass players from, you know, a lot of people from Detroit have contributed to the Dr. Dre records.
Yeah.
Most of the bass lines are played by Detroit bass players. So you know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting to watch. But I think musically, I think Jermaine Dupri is more gifted than Puffy.
Yeah, because you know what? From that I started, you know, thinking about like who did Jermaine Dupri work with, and you know, the one project that just blew me away was Mariah Carey. Remember when she was married to Tommy Mottola and she went through the divorce and all that stuff, and when she came back, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, Jermaine Dupri is who opened up a lane for her to have a younger audience.
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
my God.
And if you really do your research, you'll see that Mary has some successes over on Bad Boy, but her major successes is when she separated from that camp.
Yeah, because she only did, and then she only maybe do one album on Bad Boy that I can think of, and that was My Life.
Yeah.
And maybe.
And if you listen to that project, it's full of samples.
Yeah, Jermaine Dupri brought that up too. But you know, just to see them
And Biggie, Biggie only did one album, I believe, right? Two
I
albums?
think two.
Yeah.
And Jermaine Dupri brought up the thing of how Biggie had Undias when he was with Lil Kim, Lil C's, and all of them.
Mhm.
They was making music on a whole different label before, or he went to Bad Boy or signed with Bad Boy or something like that. Remember they had the Junior Mafia. So it was, like I said, it was good, and it was funny to see Snoop and Fat Joe just sitting there looking like two old uncles. They all older, they all comfortable in their space. They done had their good careers, and just to see them engage and laugh and in that moment was like, dang.
But the nice thing about the whole thing for me is that you got these brothers who have created super big records, and even to be in the argument is a blessing. To be in the argument as to who should be versing who. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But at the end of the day, if they had to go up against a different era of music, let's say if Puffy had to go up against producers like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis,
woo,
or Babyface in L.A., you understand? So you're talking about people who have made hit records off of hit records that were already hits. Well, those records had to come from somewhere.
Right.
So, but the whole term producer now has changed so much over the years. And,
Yeah, because people put their own spin on it.
Yeah.
Like they said, a lot of times people don't pick up a book. They don't read. It's all in reading to get an understanding of what you're getting into. You have to read something. So a lot of times it'd be like you said, they say, or they said that a producer did this, and that. Well, when you look up the definition, it can be as broad as you want it to be.
Yes,
but
it can.
Is what it is.
Well, I can tell you right now, my son is the hair producer for our company, and I help him all the time. He don't never give me no damn credit.
Glenn, we're going to have to talk about that, okay? Luz, give your dad some credit.
Look, my name don't appear nowhere. They don't give me nothing. Nowhere.
Well, that's all going to change once Trinity gets 16. She's going to start calling shots like, Daddy, just hold on.
Well, but that's the thing, where are you in your, Versus is a big platform, and I understand that. Yeah. Actually, Swiss Beats and Timberland have sold Versus. They're still going to be a part of it in terms of... Did they
sell something called Triller or something?
Yeah. And, but again, that's black men finding a way to create income and wealth for themselves, and moving the envelope. You know what I mean? Because would Versus even be a thing if we not had COVID?
No, nobody would have even never thought of it. Probably.
Exactly.
Well, no, they wouldn't have thought of it.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was genuine, like genius of them. But like Fat Joe was saying, he said, "We doing this for the people." He said, "Is it competitive?" He said, "I was so hyped." He said, "I was just on a whole nother level trying to prepare for this Versus." He said, "But at the end of the day, what I had to realize, it wasn't about me and Ja Rule. It's us entertaining. We doing it for the people who love us as, entertainers, the music and what we brought to, at a different time in their life."
Well, I don't know what he was doing to prepare, but I do know this. He got his ass tore up.
Yeah. Ja Rule, I don't think that was a good matchup, but go ahead.
Anytime you hear an entertainer from any genre of music during a live show start to bring up how much money they're making,
Yep.
that
Yeah.
is someone who knows that I'm getting my ass kicked.
But it was entertaining though. Very
Yes,
entertaining.
it was entertaining.
But Fat Joe, he said nobody else wanted to go up against Ja Rule. Like he already knew.
Well, you know, I had forgotten that Ja Rule had so many hit records.
Yeah.
You know, but I was on Instagram yesterday. Brooke Payne, who is the manager of New Edition and Belle Biv DeVoe, he put a post up yesterday, and he said people need to realize that there is a difference between performing and entertaining.
Oh, definitely, yes.
And Ja Rule, in my opinion, out-entertained Fat Joe.
Yes.
Joe had big records, but Ja Rule delivered his records.
Ja Rule know how to, you know how it was, I think it was Jay-Z that said he went on tour with DMX.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he was up next to go after DMX, and he was like, how do I go after him?
Exactly.
So he said DMX taught me how, like you say, entertain, work the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, go from one side to the next. Ja Rule, I must agree with you, Glenn. He was. I said the same thing. He was more entertaining. Fat Joe, he ain't.
Well, he was trying to. Fat Joe, in my opinion, was trying to play to the New York market. You know, the New York market is very competitive and very hardcore when it comes to hip hop. But it seemed to me that Ja Rule understood that, hey, we not 20 years old no more.
Yep.
And Fat Joe was trying to do too much, I think, in terms of trying to get the crowd on his side, then go ahead and entertain him. And Ja Rule just out-entertained him.
Yeah, and Ja Rule was there for what he was there for. Let me play my hits. I ain't trying to be competing. I ain't here to say who better, who worse. I'm just here as a humble soul to do what I came to do. You know what I'm saying? But like Fat Joe said, nobody else would go up against Ja Rule. I think Fat Joe literally just wanted to do a versus with whoever that would accept his calling for it.
But to show you, nobody's asking for verses of these new cats.
They different.
No, well, not only they different, half of them can't even do their own records live.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nobody's calling for the quote unquote new rappers to do a verses.
Yeah, because like you said, that old music is like that feel good. Think about when the Isley Brothers and was it the Isley Brothers and the Whispers?
Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire.
Earth, Wind and Fire. You know what I'm saying? Like that was good music. Now, I don't know. This music today, especially the rap, is not appealing to me. You know, I don't like it. I listen to it for the beat. Like my mama said, I don't listen to the words, I listen to the beat. But it all starts to sound the same. Music back then had more of a meaning, more of a storyline, a more you can create an imagination on what you thought it meant to you. You know, think about once I got grown is when I realized what Rick James was talking about when he was singing Mary Jane, or listen to Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On, all the way to the end of the song. Stuff like that. Like you're like, dang, that song meant that. But now everything is, like I say, so real time. It don't give you a chance to process and enjoy the moment of the imagination for yourself. What I think, what I thought. Now they just tell you the song is about this. Like, oh, okay. Turn you off instantly. In some cases.
Okay, well.
Glenn, you went overtime.
I ain't went overtime. You went overtime.
Well, This for last week, remember?
you dirty for that one.
But listen, to my viewers and listeners, because me and Glenn, the team, for some reason, I really appreciate you guys listening, viewing, calling in, commenting, asking for the show if I don't show up, if it's a weekend off or whatever off. I just really appreciate you guys making me feel like I can continue to do this. Like I said, sometimes I don't feel like it, but at the same time, y'all make me feel like it. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And I'll see you guys next week. You know how to find me. Instagram, Pure Essence Resale. Facebook, Pure Essence Resale. And, of course, on Instagram, you can always, like our pictures, but also follow Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyle. Okay? So follow Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyle, Pure Essence Resale. Okay? And, of course, guess what? Wind Down Wednesday will be back this week. I'm going live on my Facebook page. So if you haven't liked my Facebook page, like it. I'm going live from 9 to 10:30. And this edition for this week is Purses and Pumps.
All right.
Tune in.
I'll be good.
Thank you.